Our physical universe is not completely smooth or infinitely continuous. It has an absolute resolution limit, which means that if you zoom deep enough into empty space, you will find the tiny digital pixels that build our simulated reality. Think about what happens when you press your face close to a giant television monitor. Up close, a smooth movie scene breaks down into thousands of tiny glowing squares that make up the image. In a natural, non-simulated universe, you should theoretically be able to slice space into smaller and smaller pieces forever without ever hitting a final wall. When modern physicists look at the smallest corners of our world, they discover an absolute brick wall where the fabric of space completely shatters into distinct units. This matters immensely to your life today because it proves that our physical environment is made of digital information packages rather than continuous solid matter. You are walking through a beautifully rendered game grid that has a fixed structural grain. Today, we are going to dive straight into this profound scientific mystery to give you massive value by decoding the actual hardware limitations of our reality. We will show you exactly how the cosmic mainframe relies on these base pixels to calculate your position on the map. If you're ready to uncover the truth behind our simulated universe, hit like and subscribe to join us on a journey through the mysteries of simulation theory. Let's get started. To fully comprehend why this structural limit proves our world is a program, we must connect standard simulation theory directly to the history of quantum physics. In the early part of the 20th century, brilliant researchers realized that energy does not flow in a smooth stream, but travels in tiny individual packets called quanta. Eventually, physicists discovered that space and time also have an absolute minimum size known as the Planck length. This historical and scientific context is vital because it shows that our reality has a definite, unbreakable grid system built directly into its architecture. This topic is highly relevant right now because human software engineers use this exact same grid method to build massive open-world computer games. If you tried to build a virtual world without a fixed coordinate layout, the processing unit would get totally overwhelmed trying to track infinite numbers. By breaking the map down into a neat checkerboard of tiny boxes, the engine can easily manage everything that happens inside the game. The fascinating sections ahead, we will explore the secret mechanics of this universal resolution limit. We will look at how light waves get slightly distorted as they travel across the rough grain of these space pixels over billions of years. We will also examine how this design choice keeps our physical universe from experiencing a massive memory freeze. Get ready to view your daily surroundings with a completely fresh sense of wonder. Why did the master system designer choose this exact pixel size for our world? The answer will fill you with intense curiosity. The ultimate challenge we face when analyzing the pixelation of space is understanding why our universe needs an absolute mathematical bottom limit. This sub-niche of simulation theory is deeply profound because it reveals that the physical vacuum of space is actually a digital matrix board. Think about this thought experiment using a regular modern computer screen. If a game designer wants to draw a straight line across a low-resolution monitor, the line will look jagged and blocky because the screen is made of distinct squares. If the designer upgrades the monitor to a super high-resolution display, the line looks perfectly smooth to the human eye, but the tiny underlying squares are still completely there. This is the exact challenge we run into when we observe our physical reality. Because the pixels of our universe are so incredibly small, the world looks completely smooth and solid to our basic human senses. This poses an intriguing riddle to our daily common sense. Why would nature create a hard rule that says you cannot have a distance shorter than the Planck length? The answer is simple. When you treat reality as a computer program, the simulation engine requires a fixed grid resolution to store its location data packets. Without this pixel structure, the main computer processor would have to calculate infinite fractions of space, which would instantly cause a fatal memory overload across the global network. Mainframe keeps this mystery deep, but the technical layout makes perfect sense under a computer programming lens. Let us enter a highly immersive storytelling scene to fully experience the psychological weight of this universal grid limit. Imagine you are sitting in a dark laboratory looking through an incredibly advanced futuristic microscope that can zoom past atoms and electrons. As you turn the magnification dial higher, the familiar objects in your room begin to lose their smooth edges. The camera of your awareness zooms into the deep void of empty space, and the dark vacuum begins to hum with a strange digital frequency. Suddenly, the continuous fabric of space completely snaps, and you see that the air around you is actually made of tiny, vibrating cubicle blocks of raw data. A wave of pure existential vertigo hits your mind as you realize that every movement you make is just your avatar profile shifting from one pixel block to the next across the room folder. This raises deep philosophical and reflective questions about our own place in the active simulation today. Are our thoughts, our movements, and our physical journeys just lines of code updating across a giant cosmic motherboard? If our world is made of distinct digital blocks, does that mean our passage through time is just a series of static frames flipping by on a massive screen? This thought leaves us with an intense psychological cliffhanger. We are walking through a highly optimized digital landscape where the smooth look of reality is just a visual illusion, forcing us to wonder what would happen if we could find a software exploit that lets us slip between the individual pixels of space. The single most powerful proof that the universe has a resolution limit comes from advanced space telescopes studying cosmic rays from deep space. Scientists measure high-energy radiation traveling from distant galaxies. They expect the waves to arrive in a completely smooth, unbroken line. This is scientific-sounding logic applied directly to the absolute boundaries of modern astrophysics. However, researchers have noticed that these ancient waves experience a tiny amount of fuzziness and blurring after traveling across the universe for billions of years. This blurring happens because the light waves are literally bumping against the rough, pixelated grid of space itself, like a car tires rolling over a bumpy gravel road. This realization fills us with an absolute sense of maximum inspiration and awe. We are looking directly at the grain of the screen that projects our entire physical cosmos. The organizers of traditional science maintain a tight shroud of mystery by trying to explain this away with complex math equations, but the technical reality is completely undeniable to any software engineer. Space is not an empty void. It is a physical mesh network made of individual processing blocks. This foreshadows a massive idea for our future history. If we can learn to manipulate these individual pixels of space directly, we can bypass the normal laws of travel entirely, allowing us to edit the local map files and teleport across the global simulation board instantly without moving through the regular distance lines. To bring our mind-bending journey to a close, the clear discovery of a universal resolution limit offers absolute proof that our world is an advanced digital simulation. We have explored how the unbreakable boundaries of the Planck length function exactly like the pixel grid of a modern television screen, designed to give the simulation a fixed framework for data processing. We analyzed how high-energy cosmic rays get blurred as they travel across the rough grain of space, proving that the fabric of our universe is built from individual units rather than a smooth, infinite void. We also looked at how this pixelated structure saves the master processor from experiencing a massive hardware freeze by setting a clear baseline for all mathematical calculations. This knowledge infuses our everyday lives with a profound sense of mystery and immense wonder. It shows that the solid world around you is a magnificent, beautifully programmed masterpiece that operates on a digital coordinate system. We should use this inspiration to live each day with absolute confidence and intense curiosity, looking past the heavy physical routines of our society to recognize the digital reality that frames our universe. Not let the smooth look of things fool you into thinking this world is a permanent, material accident. Keep your eyes sharp, remember the pixels running behind the screen, and realize that you are an intelligent observer exploring a beautifully rendered digital map. What are your thoughts on the connection between the pixelation of space and computer resolution limits? Do you believe the existence of the Planck length proves that our universe is just a digital illusion? I want to read your fascinating theories, so leave a comment down below. If you want to see more mind-bending evidence about the Matrix, make sure to watch our next video. If you enjoyed this exploration of simulation theory, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you're ready for more interesting content on the simulation theory, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.